I'm not going to spoil too much of what he's got to say. I'll pick up afterwards. But Dave, you want to take to the floor? Thank you, Dave. Over to you.
Woo! Woo!
Thank you so much, Betty. Thank you, James Brown. Thank you for being here. Sport has the power to change the world. Thus spoke Nelson Mandela in the year 2000. He said some more, and I'll tell you that later. But for now, and by the way, I'm not an Olympian, as on the programme. I'm just Dave Hampton, carbon coach, co-founder of Champions for Earth, and completely committed from day one to Extinction Rebellion. The reason I'm here now is 40 years ago, it's amazing how well peaked. 40 years ago I was given this. I was in the Great Britain rowing team. This is my tracksuit. And as you might see, it won't fit me anymore. Thank you. I was small then. As my wife says, I only really married 2/3 of you. It's a third of you I didn't marry. So it wasn't the Olympics, it was the World Championships, and by the way, we came 6th in the final, or as some would say, last. And you can laugh. It's taken me 40 years before I could laugh at that. You'll never know how hard that was, just to come last. That's one of the reasons I have such high regard for these people standing beside me, Etty, James, Laura coming later. They worked so bleak hard to become champions. And so can we. So can we. By the way, 40 years ago, you might have spotted it, we were sponsored by Mobil. Yes, Mobil Oil. Boo, I think is on screen.
Exhibit A for the crime scene.
Because the history of greenwashing goes back a very long time. Mobil and other big and oil companies knew exactly what they were doing even back then. So they sponsored sport. Another boo. The crew, we didn't really know much different back then, but that was then, we do now. Sport has the power to change the world. And although Mandela said that, actually we all have the power. And maybe, just maybe, sport can inspire us, and Etienne can inspire us and show us the way. Could I have been an Olympic champion? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? I'll never know. If I had more courage, more time, more talent, perhaps. But what I do know is I can be a champion for Earth, and so can you. We all can. Why wouldn't we do this thing for our grandchildren, for all children of all species, for all time? So what else did Nelson Mandela have to say? And these words for me are just pure music. Sport has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does. It speaks to youth in a language they understand. Sport can create hope where once there was only despair. Sport is more powerful than governments in breaking down racial barriers, and it laughs in the face of discrimination. And building on this, the dream of Champions for Earth, I think, is that it will be Olympians and footballers and sporting legends who tip the balance, the whole vital balance of world history, and in a good way. This dream is of an amazing late stage comeback, a climate comeback, a late charge to the line. I don't think Greg Searle is still here, but he's the most famous rower of all time for a late surge to the line. Or in football terms, a comeback from the brink by sudden death penalties. Yes, the great comeback against all odds, and it's people from sport who I know can help lead this charge. It's the last time I say this line, but sport has the power to change the world. Sport has the power to change the world, I like. Sport is more powerful than governments. I hope you're listening, DCMS and Treasury. Sport is more powerful than government. One of the great things about athletes, as well as drive and determination, even after 40 years I hope, is that they are willing to be different, day after day. Basically they're a bit daft, Dave. deluded even. They just don't know their own limits. But why would we know our own limits? Nobody really knows. Even Olympians don't quite know. If you'd said to a young Usain Bolt when he was 8 years old, my son, one day you'll be double Olympic champion in 3 consecutive Olympic Games, you probably would have laughed. Or maybe just maybe, he'd have said, come on, let's go for it. We don't know, but we too can go for it. So thank you, all of you, for being here today, because you do make a difference until we win.